All right, it's great to see everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Janelle, and I am getting my screen together for you guys. All right, so we're going to share that. All righty. It's good to see you. I'm glad you guys are here. All right, so I'm not sure if everyone had a chance to look at the icebreakers while you were waiting, right? But the first question was about your ideal vacation or something from your bucket list. All right. So I think I'll start. And before I start, let me know if there are any issues with the screen sharing or something like that. All right. But something from my bucket list, I like to travel, but I haven't traveled much lately. So I want to get to one of those exotic or not talked about, like Fiji or something like that, right? I want to go to Fiji. I like to travel, so I'm really interested in new experiences. I don't mind the sleeping bag experience and backpacking and things like that. I mean, I'm getting a little older, but hopefully my bones can still work pretty well. All right. Anyone else want to share what their ideal experiences?
Yeah, I'd like to share.
All right. Go ahead, Kimmy.
All right. So I'm Kimberly, and I love sun, sea, and sand. So I too love tropical areas. And if the sun is involved and there is a beach, then I'm satisfied. One of the things I wanted to do was visit all the Caribbean islands. I don't know if that'll still happen, but it's still on my bucket list. I visited a couple of Caribbean islands already, and it's been great. And each island is better than the other, but there's none like St. Lucia. So that's my favorite still. So I would really like to just visit more of the actual islands in the Caribbean. That's definitely something I would love to do.
That's awesome. Awesome. Would anyone else like to share?
Well, I think those islands are crowded.
Oh, so you don't like the
Um,
crowd?
I really don't like the crowd. I don't like doing touristy things,
Oh, well,
you
so
know?
visiting an island, but not as a tourist, as a local.
Yes.
Right. Get into fights and everything, right?
Oh no. Peace. We want peace. Yeah, that's awesome. So
Uh,
so you would like to travel somewhere where you can kind of just be to yourself and just, I guess,
yeah,
enjoy the
well, I've
scene.
always thought of Ethiopia because there are a
Mm,
lot of ruins there, ancient ruins, obelisks and things like that, and a lot of
wow.
history there. But it's so there, there's a war going on there. There's a war going on all over the place,
Yeah, yeah.
It's not safe, but definitely Ethiopia is a place that I've really dreamed of. It's really beautiful. And
Mm.
Uganda, Uganda has a national park which is absolutely out of this world. It looks
Wow.
like a moonscape. It's not a
Oh,
moonscape, but it's like a foreign planet, strange plants and everything. It's just
wow. It's
really
amazing.
great. It's a national forest.
All right. Awesome. All righty.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing, everyone. We're going to continue on. Again, my name is Janelle, and I am uh, your lifestyle coach, one of the lifestyle coaches here. And I'm also the program coordinator for GreenSpark Health. So I would like to just add a couple of fun facts about me. I write poetry. And I've been told I can do a pretty good accent, like imitate, I don't know, a British accent, maybe. I don't know. But those are some fun things. My kids get a kick out of it, so I don't know. Anyone else want to share?
Sure, I will share as well. Um, I'm Kimberly. I'm also a lifestyle coach and a health coach as well. I have my own business, but I'm also helping here with GreenSpark Health. And fun fact, I love photography. My husband thinks I'm really good at it. I still think I'm an amateur, so he might be partial. But I really love taking pictures and portraits and Landscapes, absolutely love being
Mm.
outdoors and taking pictures of God's nature. So that's something that I really enjoy.
All right, awesome. Yes, Kimberly is one of our coaches and we are collaborating. So you will be seeing more of her. All right. Okay, so let's see. Before we go any further, I want to make sure everyone knows where the buttons are on their Zoom screen. If you can look for your reaction button. Let's look for that reaction button so you can give me a thumb. I'm looking for mine. I'm giving a thumbs up. Where's my reaction button? I don't see it. Gotcha. Can you see my thumbs up?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Can everyone see like where we recognize hand gestures, like raising your hand?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. All right. Great. All righty. So the goals for today are to learn about the type 2 diabetes, about prediabetes, and the National Diabetes Prevention Program, which is the National DPP for short. We're here to learn about how GreenSpark Health can help you reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. We're here to discover some things about ourselves and about the readiness to make a lifestyle change. We're here to meet some great people, and most importantly, we're here to have fun. All right. I want to touch base again on the discovering some things about ourselves and the readiness to make a lifestyle change, because those things we will determine, I guess, your willingness to participate and to follow through with what we're going to talk about. All right, so let's talk about values. On this slide, we're going to talk about what is important to you. So if you could please select one of the values listed here. And once you've selected it, I want you to think about an experience where you demonstrated that value, right? And I'll give you like maybe a minute, maybe 45 seconds to get that done. Okay, for anyone just joining, we are talking about our values, and we are going to describe an experience where we demonstrated that value. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna wrap it up. Now, I'll start, if that's okay with you guys. So one value for me is my family. I value my family, and there's an experience that I had that shows this, right? So one of my daughters had a tummy ache, right? But it kept happening. So I'm researching all the books, got family members researching and figuring out what is this, because, of course we go to the doctor to check it out and, get diagnostics and things like that. But what is this? What's going on here? And it's really making us think about what could this be? That's important to me. So I'm making sure I look after my daughter. All righty. If anyone else wants to share, you can put your hand up.
Well, I value spirituality, particularly ethics in society. We're definitely on the way to some place we don't want to be, with our I call it realism, because we're doing things, the states are doing things, the countries and nations are doing things that are really not within the spirit, of what the Enlightenment tried to do, the Enlightenment, the liberal experiment, so to speak, all of the values of liberalism, individual rights, natural rights, freedom, democracy, rule by the people, all of these things are being violated, There's a lot of war. There's been a lot of war in the modern era. And so I'm looking into the causes of these things, and it's very, very difficult to pin it down. I don't think it's possible to pin it down. There's always been evil in the world. But right now, a lot of people are loose in this world who shouldn't be doing the things they're doing.
So that spirituality is it keeps you grounded. And it's important for you to be able to sustain that. Awesome.
The declined soul. That's what I call it.
The declined soul. Sounds like it could make a good book.
Yeah, actually.
All right, perfect. All righty. So we're gonna remember what those values are because we're gonna refer back to them later, okay? All right. So we've talked about what we value most. We're gonna talk now about type 2 diabetes and the National Diabetes Prevention Program. All right. So some of you may already know this, but I'll say it again. Diabetes is one of the biggest health challenges affecting adults in the United States. And as of right now, oh, pardon me. As of right now, 38 million adults, million people, excuse me, have some form of diabetes. Out of that number, 90 to 95% have type 2 diabetes. Now, when it comes to pre-diabetes, that number is about 96 million. All right, so imagine you have a group of friends together. If there's 3 of you hanging out, it's likely that one of you guys have prediabetes because it's 1 in every 3 adults. So if you have type 2 diabetes, what the issue is, your body cannot properly use insulin. And insulin is a hormone that helps sugar enter our cells and be used for energy. Since the energy cannot be used, since the glucose cannot be used, rather, you have it hanging out in the blood, which causes high blood sugar levels. Now, people who have type 2 diabetes are at higher risk of serious health complications like blindness, kidney disease leading to kidney failure, heart disease, which can lead to a heart attack. You're at risk for stroke, for nerve issues, which leads to loss of toes, feet, or legs. Now, these factors, they leave you at a higher risk for a poor quality of life. But keep this in mind, all right? Because we're going to talk about how we can delay, offset altogether those issues. Risk factors for type 2 diabetes include age. So typically 45 years or older, your activity level, your weight, if you have a relative that is diabetic, a close relative, I should say, or if you've had diabetes while pregnant. Now, let me talk about the age a little bit, because what we're seeing nowadays is a trend where people are being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes younger and younger. I mean, childhood, adolescence. And what happens is that when you're diagnosed at such a young age, the complications associated with type 2 diabetes, they come on quicker, right? So you'll have someone who's 30 years old with severe complications, meaning like they might have poor vision, they might have nerve pain, because remember, right, that diabetes is a sugar that is hanging out in your bloodstream. And we have blood vessels all over our body, which means that a lot of different organs are affected. So because of that, if you're diagnosed at 10 years old, in 20 years, you're 30 and you've had 20 years of that exposure. So we're seeing folks as young as 40 end up on dialysis, as young as 35 end up on dialysis because their kidneys don't work anymore because of poorly controlled type 2 diabetes. All right, so the physical activity we mentioned, a lot of us have desk jobs, office jobs, we're not moving around, right? So those are things that we need to consider. All righty. The good thing is that research shows that we can prevent and delay these. We can't change our age and we can't change our family, right? But we can change our activity, we can change our weight, and some other things that we'll talk about in a little bit. All right, so please, if you have heard of prediabetes before today, can you please give me a thumbs up on your screen? Can I get a thumbs up? All right, I'm seeing it. Yes. Yes, prediabetes. All right. Are we okay? That's okay.
My
All right.
screen.
No worries, you're fine. All right, so the next slide says now, if you have prediabetes, it means that your blood sugar levels are higher than normal, but not high enough to be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So the important thing to understand is that prediabetes can be reversed. And the National Diabetes Prevention Program, all right, is a great resource to help you with this. All righty, so the NDPP focuses on lifestyle change. We kind of touched on this a little bit, and it's designed to help you reverse prediabetes and lower your risk of type 2 diabetes by 70%. Yeah, I know we keep repeating it, but I want that to stick. The National Diabetes Prevention Program, it's heavy on lifestyle change, and is designed to help regular people, right, who participate reverse prediabetes and lower their risk of type 2 diabetes by as much as 70%. And this program has been shown to be more effective than medication. All right, so the Lifestyle Change Program at GreenSpark, we will help folks just like you eat healthier, be more active, and who doesn't want to lose weight? We'll help you lose weight. All right, we are also recognized by the CDC because we've met certain high quality standards and showed that we can achieve results. By learning to eat healthier, being more active, and developing new stress and coping skills, many current and past participants of this type of program have reduced their risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Now, for example, when you see me talking about reducing body weight by 5 to 7%, if you have someone who's about 200 pounds, 5 to 7% of weight loss is between 10 and 14 pounds, and that's in 12 months. So when you break that down even further, they're losing about 2 to 3 pounds a month. And I think that's doable, especially when you have support. In the next bullet, we talk about increasing physical activity to 150 minutes per week. What that breaks down to is about 30 minutes a day for 5 days of the week, or even 21 minutes a day for 7 days a week. Our program also offers a proven curriculum, your lifestyle coaches, yay, and then the support of your peers who are in a similar stage of life. They also have the same concerns and they have the same goals as you. So there's commonality there. So our program is open to all eligible community members, and you're able to join if you are 18 or older, if you are overweight, and that's a BMI above 25 or above 23 for people of Asian descent. If you have had a prediabetes blood test that shows that your A1C is above normal, or if you've taken the high-risk test, high-risk diabetes, the diabetes high-risk test, and then it shows that you are at high risk of developing type 2 diabetes. All right, so as a matter of fact, you can take the test at greensparkhealth.org, take the test, or we can do it together in our next slide. So let's take a look at this, right? It's asking you your age. So if you are between the ages of 40 and 49, that's 1 point. If you are 50 to 59, that's 2 points. And then if you're 60 or older, that's 3 points. The second criteria, if you are a man or a woman, so men get 1 point because men don't take care of themselves as much as women do, or as often or as efficiently, okay? The third one is if you're a woman and you've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes, which is developing type 2 diabetes during pregnancy. And then if you have a mother, father, sister, or brother who have type 2 diabetes, that's another point. If you've ever been diagnosed with high blood pressure, that's a point. The question of physical activity, are you physically active? If yes, no points. If no, that's a point. And then lastly, your weight category. And you can take a look at the screen and figure out what your weight is, your height, excuse me, and then across that is your weight. And then you would determine how many points you, I don't know if you can see my pointer here, but this is where your point section would be. All right. So what happens if you're not eligible? All right. So you would not be eligible for the program if you scored low risk on the prediabetes risk test. You would not be eligible if you're pregnant or if you've already been diagnosed with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. And if you're not eligible for the diabetes prevention program, we're not going to write that all off because GreenSpark Health, we have other programs that would be suitable for you. We have diabetes management, and then we also have a lifestyle intensive diabetes remission class. And then if you're interested in any of those, be sure to leave a message in the chat. Be sure to, sorry, I thought the information was there. You can leave a message in the chat. You can call us at 914-269-3688. You can also WhatsApp us at that number, 914-269-3688. You can email us. You can go to our website, greensparkhealth.org. All right, so the next slide, we're talking about more about the National Diabetes Prevention Program. So this is a 12-month program where you get 12 months of support. The classes meet one time a week for about 6 months, and these are core sessions, right, that help you learn the program. And then the 6 months after that, you meet 1 to 2 times a month, all right? It's not as bad as it sounds. I don't want folks to think that, oh man, my life. These are very engaging classes. And of course, I'm fun. You guys have to come and hang out with me, all right? Kimmy is fun too. You guys have to come and hang out. And again, this is about those values that you talked about in the beginning. It's protecting those values so you can participate in the rest of your life. So our next information sessions are May 16th, June 2nd, and June 4th. Our program, sorry, this is a typo. Our program starts June 6th, a Thursday, June 6th. So please forgive that typo. We are in person in Mount Vernon, New York, and we're also available through Zoom for those who aren't able to get out. And program cost, this diabetes prevention program is covered by New York State, all health plans in New York State. And if you don't have health insurance, no problem. You can give us a call again at 914-269-3688 or message us, and we can talk more offline, all right? We don't want you to feel like you cannot participate because you don't have health insurance. All righty, so now we're gonna hear about some participant testimonials. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute so I can get you to the right place. Okay. Yeah. And we are gonna share again. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And let me make sure the sound is on. Okay. And here we go.
I'm so much healthier now. I have so much more energy, and I'm going out and walking a lot more than I used to. I decided to take the class because I'm susceptible to diabetes, the type 2 diabetes, which is totally preventable. I'm at risk because I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant. I know I need help. I haven't been able to do this on my own. I'm always battling with weight gain, and I lose it, and as soon as I lose it, then I gain it again. Anything that will help me to keep my weight down will really help me in keeping my blood sugar levels down. I like the group setting because everybody is there for a common goal. I have a hard time motivating myself. Without the group setting, I wouldn't be where I am now. It'll become a lifestyle change. It's not just like a little fad diet where you lose the weight and then you forget about it and you go back to your old habits. So this way we're building new, good habits and hopefully maintain them for a lifetime. I love to walk. Since I've been in the class, I've made it more of a point to get out more often. Many times I'll take my camera with me. When I take pictures, I don't want to be worried about falling off or not being able to climb a hill. I want to be healthy so I can do all of that. I prevent T2 so I can keep traveling and taking pictures and enjoying my family for the rest of my life.
All right. Yeah, that's this woman participated. Her name is Susie Gomez, and she had a great experience. I'm gonna show one more. Oops, pardon me. Show one more video. And we will share now. Make sure the sound is on, and it is. Perfect. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect.
My name is Michael Jones. I'm a retired police officer. For the last 4.5 years, I've just been traveling and hanging loose. Well, when I was working at NYPD, it was very busy. You don't take care of yourself like you should. You know, you would just eat whatever you could eat, whatever fast food, junk food in the vending machines. The only thing I knew about diabetes is that both my parents had it. My mother got it in her late 50s and my father got it in his early 60s. I never thought about it. I just thought, you know, I'm young. I thought I was healthy. I was going to the doctor maybe once a year, and in the blood work, they test you for everything. It was a wake-up call, literally. I was asleep one day, the phone woke me up, and he made me aware that I had pre-diabetes. I immediately thought about my parents, watching my parents take needles every day, and I just said to myself, I couldn't do it.
So Michael, you have peanut butter. What is the serving size for the peanut butter?
The counselors in the program showed me that this was in reach for me to prevent. And they showed me the right things to eat. They showed me the right things to incorporate in my life.
Michael absorbed the whole program. And once you do that, you know, you can see the results.
Well, we meet once a week, and we talk about what we do in our lives and what changes we've made. It gives you a sense of, you know, camaraderie. You learn something new every time you go there. Basically, I just started shopping better. I cook my own food, baked chicken, grilled chicken, boiled potatoes, steamed broccoli. I make smoothies, a lot of fruits, vegetables, not too much red meat, chicken and turkey. You know, you can use what's around you. I do calisthenics right here in my living room, or I'll just go outside and run around the park. Well, the motivation for me is, you know, to watch my children grow and be here for them. And that starts with taking care of myself, my body. It may sound kind of dramatic, but it's like I'm running for my life. The results of my blood work for my A1C test are now close to normal. You really can reverse pre-diabetes. I'm proud to see how far I've come. I feel better, I feel stronger. I have a whole new life ahead of me. I plan to do a lot more traveling, try to hit every continent, and just live life to the fullest.
All right, guys. Yeah. So do you guys notice his little smirk when the lifestyle coach said he was absorbed the whole program? I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought he was going to say he absorbed the peanut butter.
That's funny. Well, thank goodness he didn't, right? All right, let me just put this back up. Okay, and oops, where is my screen to share? Hold on. I am not seeing what I'm supposed to see. 1 second.
So share screen at the bottom.
Right, share
Is that-
screen is there, but it's not allowing me to see my presentation and to see you guys. So I need to shift a couple of things. All right. Cannot see you. I'm almost ready. And share. Okay, here we go. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, you're
Yes.
not seeing the correct view. I'm gonna stop one more time. And I'm gonna reshare. Forgive me, guys.
It is
Forgive
okay.
me. All right, how's that?
Same
Yep.
thing.
You
Perfect.
got it.
All right, so we talked about this. And now for questions, all right? This is the collaborative commitment activity. Question 1, how can you add physical activity like walking or climbing steps to your everyday life? And the reason I'm asking this question is because we need to take that step to have it kind of implanted in our mind, because what are in your thoughts kind of become your actions, right? So how can you add regular physical activity like walking or climbing steps to your everyday life? Now, remember that the physical activity guidelines for Americans recommend at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity, like brisk walking. And the reason I say moderate is because you want to get warm. You want to feel nice and warm when you're working out, when you're doing your physical activity. Now, some folks would disagree with me when I say housework is physical activity. If you have 2 levels, and like let's say you're doing laundry, you have a basket of clothes, you go down 1 set of steps, go down 2 sets of steps while carrying something, and then you bring it back up, right? Several times. I mean, are you warm after that? Are you a little short of breath? If you're making beds, if you have like a full house and you're making a bunch of beds, like things like that, they help you get warm and they do count. But other ways, right, to add regular physical activity, I can think of doing steps, right? I have a lot of steps where I am, and just doing a couple runs, it might take me 2 minutes to do that, and that accumulates, right? But it's not consistent, is it? It's not a continuous 30 minutes or 21 minutes. So does that count? Maybe not. Well, I can put an alarm on my phone or on my smartwatch, and I can make it a point to go out first thing in the morning or during my lunch break. I think that's a good time. Anyone else want to chime in?
Another good one is parking far away from whatever building you either go to work at, or if you're going to do grocery shopping, so that you actually have to walk through the parking lot and just gain some steps that way as well. That's
Exactly.
another good one as well.
And you just reminded me of one. Like, I know the weather's getting nice now here in New York, but the mall, they have huge malls. I remember visiting a mall in New Jersey. I mean, that thing, I felt like it was miles long. And I think it was really like 3 miles long. And I walked the entire thing, not even thinking about it. Um, you know, it makes a difference. And of course, when you have that physical activity added, it promotes, like, just flexibility in your body. You get fluids moving, you're not as swollen. So it's a really good thing to think about. All right, second question. How would enrolling in this program fit with the important value you chose at the beginning of the session? How would enrolling in this program fit with the important value you chose at the beginning of the session? Right? Now, for example, I chose family. And I'll share something with you guys. Because of my family history and because of I'm African American, you know, I'm not as thin as I would like to be, but it puts me at higher risk for developing type 2 diabetes. So this is real for me too, right? Am I at risk? So my family is what I put as a number one value for me, priority. Now, being able to keep my family healthy by demonstrating healthy habits early on, I think that's a great fit. This program, you know, for someone who's interested in teaching their kids how to be healthy, this is a great fit. This is a great program for that. So 1 hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour once a week for a little bit, I think it's worth it. I think that's a lot of value right there. All right. Anyone else want to chime in? You can just unmute, share your ideas if you'd like to. And if not, no problem. We can continue on. Alrighty. So are you ready for next steps? To all the folks who are viewing this, are you ready for next steps? Our next class starts on June 6th at 6 p.m. and we're going to be on Zoom. We're going to be in person as well, 11 West Prospect Avenue in Mount Vernon. And did I say we're going to be on Zoom? I did say that, but I wanted to make sure you were listening. All right. Because, you know, again, this is about the rest of your life. All right. So let's ask yourself the following question. Starting today, you're asking yourself, how can I improve my health and lower my risk of developing type 2 diabetes? All right. So if you're still not sure, let's take a minute to think about it and think about what you want for yourself and the things that you value most. And ask yourself again, after you've thought about the things you value most, ask yourself, starting today, how can I improve my health and lower my risk of developing type 2 diabetes? If you have any more questions, you can just chime in. You can put in a chat or you can mute your mic. All right. Now, if you would like to sign up, you can also put that in the chat. And again, if you would like to know more about the program and how to get started, you can WhatsApp us. You can also just send a regular text message to 914-269-3688. All right. So if you put your email in the chat, then you will get an enrollment email. And again, if you've completed, when you complete that form, you will get a response from me as well and from the team. All right. All right, guys, we are done.
Hey.
We did it. I hope you feel more aware of the things that are going on with the program and how we can help you reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. All right. Take care. It was fun. We'll do it again.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Hope to see you again. Take care.